Dear Pixie, you asked us, do the 9 individually correspond to the 7 chakra points, plus Earth herself, and one that keeps their point of origin manifest, to total 9? The 9 do not individually correspond to the points you mention, as they have no true point of origin in actuality, even whilst a particular dimension or star system could be referred to as their home from your perspective. The 9 indeed correspond to chakra points within the human body, the planet and the cosmos, but in a collective sense. The 9 are fully able to individualize, however, and one way to view them would be to see them as 9 different beings or angels existing together as one being. From a more scientific viewpoint, however, the 9 individualize as chemicals and particles. The microcosmic aspect to the 9 would be found by looking at the DNA. Do the 9 ever go by individual names that we might thank them for their service to humans? The 9 are known by many names, but it is not necessary to know these names in order to give thanks. We bow in gratitude to your thanks for our service to humanity, yet equally we give back that thanks for your service to humanity, for without you, we would not be exactly as we are. You are indeed our anchor points, and the anchor points that hold the fabric of all the dimensions. Names are not necessary to us, but we do have energetic frequencies or signatures. These consist of wavelengths of colour, sound, light and harmonics. It is these wavelengths and frequencies that are felt by the sensitive ones and by those who move into ascension frequencies. Do the 9 have idols or worship any god? Idolatry or worship is an energy that puts the object or consciousness system one is idolizing or worshipping outside of oneself. We as a collective know that all things are aspects of us, for we are everything. Idolatry and worship are third and in some cases fourth dimensional mind concepts, and we the 9 are 6th density beings. Therefore, the answer to your question is no, we do not have idols, and we do not engage in worship. What we do give is respect, and we experience a frequency that you would know as the emotions pleasure or delight when viewing the achievements and realizations of our counterparts in 3rd density existence. Can you tell me why you, and also why other channeled sources, repeat the phrase, "the time is now," or "now is the time," over and over? Why is this? There are several reasons for bringing forward this particular phrase. Looking at the meaning in its most direct sense, the time, for awakening, understanding, evolution and ascension, is indeed now. Looking deeper, this phrase puts one in touch with what you know as the now moment. This is the 0 point frequency, that is the central point that all ascended beings exist within, no matter from which point their consciousness is experienced. Therefore, each ascended being can recognize the other and therefore view self. If you heard the phrase, "the time is now," or "now is the time," last year, last week or today, you will see it has exactly the same meaning, for there is only one now, and that now is the true time. Looking deeper still into this phrase, one will see that everything has vibration. Certain phrases are trigger words, or rather trigger frequencies for the DNA. The phrase, like the hypnotist uses to put his subject into a state of hypnosis, is a time switch and is recognized and understood at the deepest cellular level by everybody. Many of these frequency triggers are around now, and we would make you aware that this can be used negatively or positively. There are those who use created triggers for their own agenda, and this is that which many of you know as mind control in its negative and controlling sense. There are also those triggers that have been designed by yourselves in your angelic geometric forms prior to your incarnation from your perspective. Or put another way, there are those triggers that have been designed by the higher self aspects of yourselves, by the very DNA itself, for like attracts like. The sensitive one will feel the frequency of the phrase and shall reject anything of a negative frequency. This is what we mean when we say there are those who are immune from mind control. The frequency is not registered within the DNA of the higher vibratory individual. Again we say like attracts like. The sensitive one shall embrace and understand and connect with the triggers that hold the frequency of light. Such examples are, of course, love, light, ascension, bliss, rapture, crystal, awakening, indigo, heart center, Christ consciousness, and indeed, the time is now, or now is the time. We are the white-winged collective consciousness of 9.